The chat seems to agree that this will be a struggle for Glenn. Do realize that Glenn is not playing the standard list, and he actually has those elite guard mages that really throw a wrench in the plan for mono blue. Having a 2/3 flyer available to you to actually fight back is a big game changer. They also can't interact very well, especially now that they lost the wizard counterspell, just because of the number of uncommons that they get to play, and Quench isn't exactly the same tool when it comes to fighting that battle. We see Ruben coming in here. Let's not forget that Ruben won the previous edition of the Gentry Open with the same deck, is poised to take the 2-time title away. A lot of time people thought that Yalla would hold this title. Does the Gates decklist have enough 4+ spells to justify this Disdainful Stroke besides the guard mages? Well, it has Gate Colossus, but that's not really something you want to fight with Disdainful Strokes. So we have Jans's deck.
Alright.
Yeah, it has Cavalier of Gales, Gate Colossus, Excellence Binding to counter, Sarkhan's Catharsis, all its victory conditions. So, yeah, Disdainful Stroke might be an interesting thing to bring in, but I don't know if it will be enough for Ruben.
Update, the last quarterfinal, Renzo versus Arthur, 1-1.
Currently 1-1.
Yes, Renzo
right.
on the play for game 3 in the Dimir Bolas versus You Are Drake's matchup.
I'm not Drake's.
I swear to God. One day, the deck's name will have to change to something else, and then I will never have to say this and hear your reply again.
Spells Drake.
You are Spells then.
Yeah. Apparently Arthur ran off.
Yes, he went to the bathroom.
Ah, perfect. So we're going to stagger the semifinals probably, so that we get to see both of the semifinals.
I mean, it's not even 6 o'clock, so
yeah,
we've had way later semifinal starts.
Oh yeah. Back in days when control decks ruled.
Oh, believe me, I watched a lot of footage to get the results for the historical project. So there's some really long things.
Thank you very much for boosting my views on YouTube.
For
those of you that don't know, there's a Gentry Magic YouTube channel that has the coverage of everything.
The oldest uploaded match is round 1 of an event upstairs here of me playing versus Tim Matthijs.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I was playing on Golgari Aristocrats and Tim was playing Mono Red Aggro.
Wow.
Yeah. He had the worst draws and I just ruffle stomped off of 2 lands. He was on 2 lands, I was on 2 lands, but I had the Loam Dryads to brrr. It was, yeah.
I think that was with my reversed laptop
yes.
on top of a chair next to the playing area.
Yes, exactly. And your commentary being like this far away from the microphone probably because I cranked my volume all the way up and I still almost couldn't hear you over the sound of passing by trains.
Wow.
In my near my house. So yeah, it was very silent.
That was
jullie mogen beginnen.
I think that was even the double stream where we streamed it to another PC and then streamed that out.
That is possible.
Yeah.
That's possible, yeah.
Wow, we've come a long way.
We've come a long way, for sure, for sure. All right, I think we can swap to the top-down view.
Ah, good point.
So we can get a look at their opening plays in this fascinating.
Oh, and we have a Sphinx of Foresight.
Wow, what a start for Ruben. And the question is, does Glenn know what is about to hit him? Does Glenn know which deck plays Sphinx of Foresight?
I actually won, yeah. Yup. Yeah, he picked a great deck.
Glenn?
For someone that's not familiar with the format, just go like, hey, I took the most brute force deck that I could find.
Absolutely.
And just went in with general knowledge of how Magic works.
I couldn't. Because me and Pam were talking, we were like, is Gates not just better than what we're playing? And I was like, I don't even want to consider it because I don't want to play Gates anymore.
Yep.
I'm completely burnt out on Gates after a single season. Like, the last season. And I'm not at all burnt out at Sultan Uniform, so...
The thing that I love about this entire discussion is we're doing the same thing that happened last time. The discussion, is Gates the best deck? Is Afterlife the best deck? And Mono Blue came in and ruffle stomped people.
I mean...
That's an exaggeration. But
Well-
and then this time we have elementals. Are they the new thing?
Which is crazy because I never considered it like one of the decks to beat. I always thought it was an off-meta deck that we were bringing, and then suddenly people jumped on it.
No. I think
With
There-
the
there
Neoforms,
hasn't-
no one was doing anything with Neoform.
that's that. Yes, and that was wrong.
Yes, of course.
No, I disagree that it's off meta. It's just
Yeah,
there's
I guess.
yeah.
Anyway, Ruben has the defenses up already with 2 Siren Storm Tamers. The question is, will he find an obsession to go along with it?
Yep.
Flash and a Sailor. Glenn in response, Growth Spiral.
Maar we praten ook enkel zo luid als het over de kaart in het spel is en beschrijvend.
Maar dank je voor de... Ja.
I can't type anymore.
Yeah, it's strange. Like with the new setup, they can hear us better than 6 months ago. I wonder why that is.
Yeah. I would like to change it further, but there's just...
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you'd have to go sit over there where the judge station is. At which point, you are closer to the playing area, and other people will just make background noise, so that's also not useful.
So we have a Gates Ablaze, wiping everything.
And Ruben does not have a protection spell. This is how Gates wins the games.
Yep.
Oh, Spell Pierce, take down the Growth Spiral. That
Ooh.
works.
Yeah.
That works.
Taking it back. Not really. So,
Terramander for starters.
and
Mistlow Herald. Alright. I'm thinking if Glenn has another Gates Ablaze here, he just wins on the spot, probably. Rull is also very good, though. Rull is at Viceroy. Comes down. Plus. Sees an Opt and a Grazer. Probably wants to get rid of the Grazer here. No. Bitch. Ditches the Opt. Not bitches. And Ruben... How crazy that he had a Scry 3 and still got stuck on 2 lands.
Yeah, exactly.
But here is the Curious Obsession.
Yeah, but it's stepping out for it, so it doesn't even have protection to...
Is he not attacking with it? Okay, no, he's attacking with it. Okay. I mean, you can't do anything else. You have to tap out for it here. I mean, he's in a position where he has to make this play. It's not great.
But he's losing it to the roll immediately.
Yeah, which means you'll probably be able to... Ooh, now that's rough. That's rough. I mean, Glenn should probably just kill the roll here. Kill the Terramander with roll here.
Yeah.
Or... Is that...
No, this is... I think my advantage indicator would be
Yeah.
very firmly to the right at this point.
Was he trying for an aggro win due to Mana Screw? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I
But
love how
it's
people
crazy.
went Sphinx GG and then it's like, oh,
so
Gates
crazy
Ablaze
how
for
he-
one.
Yeah, but I mean, he had a Sphinx and still couldn't get... Wow. Sometimes Mono Blue just,
He also didn't have Curious Obsession.
Yeah.
So I think maybe he got a bit pinned too hard on the fact that he had Sphinx and didn't want to mulligan.
Yeah.
Because you get half a mulligan for free.
Yeah. And surprising as though this is, I think the writing's on the wall here for Mono Blue to just lose.
Well, it's only game one.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, game 1 is where Mono Blue will usually win against Gates.
Also, Ruben has a supernatural ability to angle his cards when he shows them to his opponent so that they exactly reflect the light into the camera. Pay attention to it. It's driving me nuts.
Okay. Well, anyway, the Essence Scatter on the guard mage number 2 into a Terramander. Pretty good. Pretty interesting. Keeps him in the game. Rawl can't downtick without dying, so... I mean, one thing that Ruben has done is played a lot of instants and sorceries. But I'll go it up. Curious to see what Glenn is gonna bring. It's the Cavalier Gales. Quite the roadblock for mono blue.
Also a strange option of rare to put in this deck. But
I mean,
one that very much fits the theme of value grinding.
true,
though.
true.
And being oppressively strong.
But I mean, Hydroid Crisis.
Yes.
Okay, Ruben hitting his lands now. Has access to both the Sphinx and that Merfolk Trickster we can see.
Sure, but he's
yeah.
facing off against what?
Lethal and 2 attacks.
17 power worth of creatures.
So, beginning of combat, Flash Trickster.
Flash Trickster can't even jump the ram. Well, here's a Eugene. Eugene.
I mean, at this point, he's just seeing what other cards Glenn is playing, right?
Nah, Rim just never scoops.
Fair enough.
He's hardcore like that. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
Wait, Ruben
14,
didn't-
15, 16.
That's a bit late.
So
Oh
7.
no! They lose the ability, so he kills
Yeah.
it. Oh,
Yeah.
fancy. Take 7, go to 11. I mean, you're not ahead, but it's a play that, yeah.
Okay, Sphinx of Foresight.
Aaron Forsyth? Sohi? Yeah, that's better. So the Sphinx is dealt with through Raw.
Didn't even need to. He could have just attacked with the Cavalier of Gales.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just depressing. 2/2 token from
The
Eugene.
Manifest. And Sarkhan's Catharsis your face. You're dead.
The Jim. Scoop him up. Okay. Arthur and Renzo are still in their game 3.
Yeah. Which is fine.
So let's have. Well, we've had a look multiple times already. So we have Essence Scatter, Fairy Duelist, Essence Scatter, Fairy Duelist, Negate, Casmina's Transmutation, Unsummon Dive Down, and Blink of an Eye. I like the Casmina's Transmutation here,
Same.
even though it's only creatures.
But you've seen so many creatures from the deck. Like, seeing the fact that he saw the Elite Guard Mages really does matter here, I think.
Yep, it's also a good answer against the Cavalier of Gale.
Yeah, for sure.
Unsummon is a little interesting versus the Ugin tokens, but I
Yeah.
think that's
I
a
mean,
very deep dive.
It gains you tempo against like a Ram on turn 3, but
I don't think it gives you enough of it.
probably not, no. And also the Ugin tokens say when they leave the battlefield, I'm pretty sure. So even your Unsummon doesn't really help.
Yeah. Then we have Dive Down and Blink of an Eye, so Essence Scatter's coming in for sure, Negates
Yep.
are coming in for sure.
Dive down, very likely.
Yeah. And then for Glenn we have 4 Negates, 3 Revitalized, 2 Chandra's Pyro Helix, 2 No Escape, 2 Forced Landing, and 2 Return to Nature. So we're seeing a lot here. The Negates are good, the Pyro Helixes are good, the Forced Landing is good, the
No
Return
Escape.
to Nature is good. No Escape, I think I don't like as much.
No, not as much, but I mean, you have to stop the rares at some point.
He doesn't care about the rares. He just sweeps them off the table together with the rest.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, Gates Ablaze takes care of the rares. His
Sure.
rares take care of the rares.
Sure. Except for Kefnut, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Alright, let's see, because Ruben is doing it face up, so we might see what he's doing exactly.
I was just going to give the side view.
Oh.
So, because
We see what he's bringing in. 2 Casmina,
of an
2
Eye.
Blink of an Eye, 2 Negate. Very interesting indeed. Oh no,
He's still deciding what's coming in and what is.
did not put in the Kazminas.
No, he took one.
No, both of them are back in the pile.
Both of them? I
Yep.
thought it was just
No,
one.
he just put the negates and the blink of an eye's in there.
Mm.
Very, very interesting.
So, Glenn, one game up, ready for game 2. This is already the semi-final. In the background, you see Renzo versus Arthur. This is like a
Nice.
feature match by proxy. Showing that's quarterfinal still going on.
With the
So
judge.
Whoever wins there will face off against Rob de Vilder's Drakes in the other semi-final. And if we're lucky, that will just queue up nicely with the match we've got going here.
Yeah.
So
So you have to assume their quarterfinals is almost over. And the semifinals could still take a while because we do have Mono Blue on the play again here.
Yeah.
Which of course Glenn does have tools against, but even though the game 1 went really, really south for Ruben, I still think he is favored
Yeah.
in this matchup.
I think you're underestimating just how bad Elite Guard Mage is for the Mono Blue deck. That thing is really problematic.
Yes, sure,
Having 3 toughness is ridiculous
right.
because it allows the gate deck to fight Mono Blue in the combat step, which it never ever gets to do usually.
Right, fair point.
And with the uncommon use shifting away from the Wizard's Retort,
Mm-hmm.
there's not a lot of Essence Scatter
True.
type. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of Spell Pierce, Negates
Yeah.
hovering around. So
But I mean, he still does just have the Herald to hang an obsession on.
yeah. And plus, Glenn is playing JS Greetings,
True.
which also warps this.
I mean, where does JS Greeting have any gain over Shivan Fire?
True. Yeah, you play Shivan Fires.
Yeah.
It's Cries.
Yeah, sure, but
No, you're right.
Yeah.
JS Greeting is
Mhm.
the weaker card here.
well, not necessarily, but in this matchup maybe.
Well, yeah. Is this Ruben? Yeah, this is Ruben mulliganing down to 6.
Oh boy. The back-to-back champ is looking less and less likely here.
I like that that's a thing. That people are actually
Of course.
like Yellen not playing here, Ruben making it into the top 8.
Yep.
It's
And I mean,
it's a
there
special
is-
class of people.
there is no one else who can actually get their second win other than Ruben.
Well, Arthur can tie Yella for 1.5.
Yes, true.
Which I would love.
Would be
So-
very funny.
because I think that would actually motivate Yella infinitely to come back.
Yes, for sure.
Just because he's.
Well, there, as I talked about, the Mistcloaked Herald has arrived. Second island. Curious Obsession, look at that. The perfect opener for Mono Blue.
Yep. With Spell Pierce in
Yeah,
hand.
as we can see, there is indeed backup in hand for protection. Let's see what Glenn does here.
I even think it's Spell Pierce and Dive Down.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
This one.
Yep.
Oh no, that's the Trickster.
No, I'm pretty sure there's also a dive down now. So here's a swing for 2 again, pushing Glenn down to 16, but mostly drawing a card.
Yeah, just keeps the protection up, and we're
Oh, yeah.
firmly in the development phase 1 here.
And there's the Guild Summit. I cannot imagine Ruben wants that to happen, so there is a Spell Pierce to take care of it. Anything else? Opt. Always good. There's a second Herald. Don't want that right now. Shoves it away.
Yeah, he already has the Essence Scatter waiting for
Mhm.
the ramp, because at some point the dynamic of this match very much shifts from build up card advantage into I need to kill you now.
Yeah.
That's where the Terramanders come in, and
And there's a
the ram
Stormtamer.
is the nightmare there,
Yeah.
because it's actually fast enough to
Yes.
win the race even if you're down 10
Absolutely.
points.
There's another Guild Summit. Ruben syncopates it for X's1.
Did you see the angling for the glare?
Yes, absolutely. I saw which card it was because I saw it while it was still in his hand. And there's a transmutation as well. Ruben swings in for 3.
Yeah, he's getting all the tools he needs.
Yep.
Yeah, the dive down is there. as
Ruben
well.
firmly in the lead right now.
Yeah, the worst thing that could happen for Glenn now is that he plays a creature that gets Merfolk Trickster.
And that's exactly what's gonna happen. It's not gonna get Trickster, it's gonna get scattered.
That's just as bad.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah,
there's a Trickster as
for
well.
tempo. Yeah, just
Absolutely.
hand me that wound, I have some salt.
3-turn clock now. Glenn on 4 gates. Meaning Gates Ablaze does not provide enough damage to get through that dive down. Glenn going down to 8, I believe. Oh no, 6.
6 apparently.
What?
Wait. Yeah, 11 minus 5.
Oh, it's 5, right? Jesus Christ, it's 5. Yeah. There's a ram.
Whatever.
Ruben is like,
I'm
okay.
still killing you in 2 shots.
yep. Kazminas. Make it a 1-1.
I don't think I would have done this even.
No, I agree because your Trickster doesn't die now when you attack.
Sure, but whatever. I mean, the clock stays the same.
I guess. But now he does ease the pressure off when Glenn tries to stabilize and tries to pressure himself. But there we go.
No,
Ruben convincingly.
he didn't have an answer for the next elite guard mage, and grounding that guard mage is way
Oh,
more
yeah.
important than.
I mean, does it really matter to get it to the ground when your only flyer is the 1/1?
Oh yeah,
The
it was
Merfolk
on a
is
mist
unblockable
cloaked.
anyway,
It was on
so,
a Mist Cloaked
yeah.
Herald. I keep forgetting.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so 1-1.
Yeah, the version I currently have was changed by Azer, and they put Fairy Miscreants instead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're going to game 3 here. Yeah. Yeah, so we're...
I'll go check who won.
Who won, yeah. So let's have a... Arthur wins, so we have Arthur going into the semi-finals.
You heard?
Yes, and
Okay.
it will be a
Mirror
match.
match. Yes, very interesting.
He was the 5th player. There we go. Okay, so we have a mirror match waiting just after this game here. Renzo getting eliminated. Renzo was the fortunate 12-point
Yes.
player that snuck in because Ruben Simons had to drop from the event after he made top 8 because he has a plane to catch in.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, now 1.5 hours.
Yeah, that's absolutely crazy.
That guy. So yeah, it was really cool. And we have the dream of Arthur becoming the other 1.5 time winner.
Yep.
For reference, the first edition of the Gentry Open.
Very first.
Before it was called the Gentry Open, before Gentry was called Gentry,
Yep.
it was the League Standard Final. And that first edition, it didn't really have a meaning yet. People didn't feel any pride. It was just, oh yeah, they're doing a competitive event now.
Exactly.
Whatever. Jelle Geeselink and Arthur Hugard waded to the final there and drew.
Yeah. Drew for prizes.
They drew for prizes because at that point there was still the difference between winner and runner-up. Here we don't have that. The only thing you're playing in the final for is the trophy.
Yep.
Both players get 24 boosters. Both players get a golden GP ticket. Oh, and the winner also gets a outpost playmat.
Yeah.
So the outpost playmat and the trophy are the two dividers.
All right. Ruben has a Pteramander. He has a second land, and he taps out for a Winged Words to restock. Or top off, I should say. Goes up to 7. Swing for 1.
Yeah. So in many ways, Gentry Open 1 has been the tiebreaker in the mind of Jelle to explain why he's the bigger champion.
Yeah, but he's not the best though. He misses about 6 points in the ranking for Alan. Alan is highest. I am surprisingly in like 4th or 5th.
So I once did
There's the Guild Summit.
a win chance analysis of a season,
Mm-hmm.
and then decided not to turn it into an article because I won in 2 different categories. I was like, I only have 3 things to talk about, and I'm winning 2 of them.
Well, there's a Muyan Ling to provide a different angle of attack for Ruben. An angle of attack that cannot be Gates Ablazed, cannot be Rel Is It Viceroy. Road Spiral. Glenn trying to get some gates into play to draw cards, but doesn't find any.
I think this is one of the most beautiful Magic cards that there's currently is in this format.
Road Spiral?
No, Muyan Ling.
Oh, Muyan Ling.
As aesthetic.
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely.
It's,
Ooh, but there it is. All right, Ruben, show us what you got.
so he has.
This is your turn.
Yeah, he has Obsession, and does he have protection for it?
He does have a dive down, I think, but I'm not quite sure.
He seems
The
pretty
question is, like,
hesitant to play.
Do
it.
you not just play it and act as though you have protection?
Yeah, and then make a 4/4 flying.
Yeah.
I mean,
Decides not to. Maybe
no,
he just
doesn't
wants to
have
go for.
protection.
No, he
That's-
doesn't have it, but he could have just represented it. But maybe his game plan here now is just make your 4/4,
Yeah.
make another Terramander, because you have the opts to start really fueling those Paramanders.
Why would you play another Terramander into a Gates Ablaze?
Yes, my token!
Yeah, it's the second time it's in play.
Yay!
The thumbs up.
It's almost invisible with the glare, but still, it's a beautiful, beautiful bird. Alright, anyway, an Arboreal Grazer for Glenn. Uptick.
It's so crazy that that's +2 on the Muyan.
Yeah, it's crazy that Arboreal Grazer has a reach.
That too.
That is crazy.
Yes. That's another thing about this deck. Like the Grazer and the Elite Guard Mage.
But there is the obsession though. On the 4/4, so it needs to be something like that.
And in response we get
It's the
Forced Landing.
Forced Landing. Yeah. I don't even remember the card text of that, so.
Destroy target creature with fly.
Oh no, put it on the
I
bottom of
put it
the
on the
library.
bottom.
But there's a dive down in response.
So found the dive down in the meantime.
Yep. Found the dive down from the opt. Or at least that's what it looks like.
He opted to find it?
He played an opt,
I played
and
opt
then he
first.
played the dive
Okay.
down. Dive down could have been in hand, we don't know.
Yeah,
But
yeah. No, it wasn't. So there's Trickster, Sphinx, Essence Scatter, Mist Herald, and Terramander, and I don't recognize the bad card. Did Alan win?
no,
No.
Alan lost. Alan lost to the deck you're seeing now, actually, the Gates deck.
Also, hey, Sayu. Sayu!
In the meantime, Teferi took
Teferi.
care of the token.
The Pharaoh, unwanted hero of Dominaria.
So minusing some more on the Arboreal Grazer. Now the question is, what can Ruben do here? Because, I mean, I see a Trickster in hand. He should totally play Trickster and kill Teferi, though. What is his plan here? Because now you allow your opponent to untap with Teferi? I don't like that.
Yeah, good point. Sometimes you just get tunnel vision on.
Yeah,
Because he's going to do it
if
now.
he's doing it
but
anyway, yeah.
yeah, you get tunnel vision on the fact that it has flash.
Yeah, maybe.
Eh.
There's a good one, though.
How is chat doing today? I don't know.
How are you doing?
How are you doing?
All right.
How
so
many of you are not wearing pants? That's what I want to know.
in the meantime, Ruben is attacking the Teferi for 2. Glenn opting in response. Glenn, crucially, not on red mana. Something that we both kind of glossed over. He has no access to red
True.
mana.
Yep.
So the Teferi just dies here, and this is looking not so good for the Gates deck now. I mean, sure, you have your Guild Summit, but you don't really have any spare gates. Oh no, wait, there is a red gate in there. He played a gate, and he did not play the red gate, or maybe he drew that off the trigger. That
Probably.
must be that, yes. Anyway, another Muyan Link token as well.
Bam, and gets the growth spiral.
There's the red.
And another red. Yeah, problem's over.
I mean,
So,
sure, problem's over. No.
But he's 8 power on the other side, so he
Yeah.
needs to find the Gates Ablaze.
Yeah, he can't cast it this turn, so he has to have a Gates Ablaze for next turn and survive Ruben's next turn.
Yeah.
I mean, Ruben has 4 mana up. If we assume that he has 4 mana, 4 instant sorcerers in grave, he could evolve his Terramander and have lethal with anything that taps down the Arbiter Grazer. And there's the Essence Scatter for the Gate Colossus. That will allow him to attack with the Trickster as well. Alright. Let's see what's going on. Finds a land.
He has enough, right? I know, it just...
No, the
the
Grazer
just
Grazer
chunk blocks
exists,
the
yes.
Terramander.
So the question is, does he have something to get rid of the Grazer? He does
No.
not. So just Alpha Strike in.
Yeah. Puts Glenn to 6.
Yep. Puts Glenn to 6.
Gets rid of the Grazer.
Yep.
Glenn doesn't have a Gates Ablaze in hand, right?
Not as far as we know, no. But from Ruben's perspective here, you have to be thinking that he does have it,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
So
he has negate already. Yeah.
Ruben plays great because he has the negate to protect the Gates Ablaze. If the Gates Ablaze happens, he has Muyan Link to make a new 4/4 and a Terramander, which can immediately get bigger. So he's quite fine with Gates Ablaze.
Gates Ablaze is in
I see
hand.
it. I see it. It was just opted or drawn for the turn. It's crazy, but he got it. So there it is. Gates Ablaze. Negate. Negate resolves. That must mean there's a backup one. There it is. Second Gates Ablaze. Does Ruben have another counterspell? That's what we're wondering here.
No, but he has Terramander
Oh yeah,
and Sphinx
has,
of Foresight in
he has the
hand.
tools for next turn for sure.
Yeah, he can make... He can make 13 power worth of flyers.
Yep, absolutely.
Jo,
Switches.
dat is uw Nicol Bolas. Ja.
Okay, so Muyan Link, make a token. And now you have to put one more creature into the play just to threaten lethal next turn. What is he gonna choose to do? Gefnet.
Oh, he also
wow.
drew Kefnet in the meantime. Okay.
That's big. That's big.
Remember when we thought the game was over?
Mm-hmm. I mean, we never thought this game was over for Ruben, right? We never thought the game was over for Ruben, right?
Oh, no.
The third gate's ablaze. Ooh, that's a rough one.
Yeah, because...
Because Mu is dying. To be fair, Ruben has all the tools to present a new lethal board still.
Yeah, he still has a Sphinx and Terramander in hand.
New Guild Summit. Glenn tapping out. Ooh, Ruben. Glenn drew the Ixalan's Binding. Spell Pierce is not going to do anything anymore. That's way too late. So Sphinx. Mist-Cloaked Herald.
Ah, bagging the Terramander.
Yeah, he drew the Curious Obsession, so this is still lethal, in theory. Now, of course, we know that the Sphinx is going to be dealt with. Glenn is drawing a lot of cards.
Yep.
And that is undoubtedly true. Glenn is clawing back into this game.
I thought pants were optional. Pants are optional. He's still waiting for a Niels dance. Is a little shoulder jiggle enough? Okay, Jaya's Greeting. Gets rid of the entire board here.
Okay. That's rough for Ruben. Hit for 8. Go down to 12.
Remember when we thought this game was over?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a shoulder jiggle, not a dance.
I can get some head motion in there as well.
Maybe
That-
like lift your arm, be like that.
Oh yeah. I like the fuck. I danced too much already. 2 wedding parties. I threw out my
Okay,
hip, man.
so there's a Terramander.
That is a dance. There we go.
That's fine. I mean, Glenn's attack, that's representing lethal. Somehow, this match has slipped away from Ruben.
Yep.
In response to the activation, opt. Spot him, draw.
Jaya's greeting.
No, resolves. 5/5. Block the Gate Colossus. Take a bunch.
No, yeah, block the gate. Colossus.
Yeah, build the Gate Colossus, take a bunch.
Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
10.
6, 7, 8,
11.
9, 11. Jesus.
And we know what his draw is gonna be.
Kefnet.
It's fine though. Oh no, I thought Glenn was gonna have Catharsis, but the draw is gonna be Kefnet, yeah. So
Pretty
it's
sure
the draw,
the Catharsis is
it's
out.
the Kefnet, and it's the game. It's not enough. Extends the hand.
Wow,
And
the
that's
handshake,
it.
That is the champion eliminated.
Yeah. With
No more possibility for the 2-time. We still have a possibility for the 1.5er.
Yep.
Arthur waiting to play his semi-final here.